I talk to countless entrepreneurs every single day, whether it be on the phone, Zoom, conferences, my colleagues, people that I work with, and the most common mistake that I see people make is how they approach making content for social. Rarely do I find people thinking about it in terms of storytelling. And so the best way to think about your filming and your content is in terms of a movie. I always tell people, just think about it like you're making a movie, because if it was your movie and you only had one shot, you'd probably try to make it as good as you possibly can. People are just throwing out whatever they can, and they're just filming and they're hoping that something's gonna work out, and that's a fatal mistake. You gotta be super clear about your story. What is your brand story? And that's what this video is about today. I wanna try to help you clarify and refine your brand story and give you a roadmap so when you go to film, you're not just winging it. I'm guilty of that too. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm still learning every single day. I try to learn from the pros, and I just did whatever all the time. I had no plan, and that's the worst thing you could do. So all I'm trying to do here is trying to save you time. So when you go out and film, it's more focused and refined and specific. So that's what this is about. The 5 elements of a brand story. As I said before, we're all telling a story. As soon as you start thinking about your video, your content that you're making in terms of telling your brand story, and that you're telling your own story, and that you're the hero of your own story, it gets a lot easier, right? And so the 5 elements of a brand story are mission, history, vision, values, emotional connection. The mission is, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? For us, we want to try to help entrepreneurs build legacy through video and help them tell their story better than anybody else can, right? We're trying to help them niche down their vision, their mission, their purpose, so when they go out into the marketplace, it's super clear, easy to follow, and they can expand their reach faster than they might be able to without our help, right? We collapse time, in other words, with the resources that we have here at Dorothy House to help them get to where they're trying to go faster. So that's our mission, right? History is, what is your history? What are you about? What happened? Everybody loves the hero's journey. If you have a perfect story of sunshine and rainbows and butterflies and you ain't never fall on your face, I always tell people every time I meet them, I'm like, you ain't perfect, nobody's perfect. Everybody has a story. A lady asked me today in the gym, she goes, you look like you have a little bit of history. And I'm looking at her, she's wrinkled and 20, 30 years older than me. And I'm like, lady, you have a story too. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a past, right? She was like, oh, you have a past. You look like you have a past. I'm like, you got a past too. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to judge me? You don't even know me. So it's like, what's your history? Don't be afraid. Tell your history. Everybody has a history. And the people that try to act the most perfect, they're the worst ones. Trust me when I tell you. And we learn about it every day in the news, don't we? The ones that look the most polished and buttoned up are the worst ones of them all. Vision. What's your vision? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? Where are you trying to go? Be intentional, right? Be focused. Values. What do you stand for? Do you like snowflakes? Or do you like tough people who grab themselves up by the bootstraps and get done every day? What do you like? Do you want to be a beer-belly lazy ass that eats Cheetos on the couch and watch Married with Children?
Good guy wins, bad guy loses. Big friggin' surprise.
Or do you want to be shredded and larger than life and be a real man? You know what I'm saying? You got to have a clarity and values and an idea of what you're trying to do. Emotional connection. Once you have a clear mission, vision, and your values, then you have a chance of developing an emotional connection with your audience, right? We all have heroes. I have heroes in my category that I really look up to. Seth Godin happens to be one of them. I'm a fiction reader. I love Stephen King. I've read him ever since I was a little kid, right? And we all have that. We all have our heroes that we look up to. And guess what? The majority of them are super clear about their vision. They're clear about their values. They're clear about their mission. They know what they're doing. They know where they're trying to go, right? And so that's super important. Now, telling your brand's journey. Now that you have all this stuff figured out, your mission, your history, your vision, your values, your emotional connection, now you're ready to tell your story every day. When you film, when clients come to us, they're like, well, I don't know what to film, I don't know what to do, this and that. They get wrapped up in their own head because they don't have these 5 elements of a brand story figured out. So I'm trying to help you with this, right? And after this video, there's gonna be a downloadable document to help you with a guide in case what I'm saying is not easy to follow. You could follow it line by line. So hopefully that helps you. Telling your brand's journey. So your history. What do you stand for? What's your mission? What's your values, right? Now you have a chance of developing an emotional connection with your audience. And once you do that, you can incorporate those customer experiences into everything. Your website, your copy, your Instagram pages, all your social channels, so people can tell other people what their experience was with you. That's the whole idea, right? But you ain't never gonna capture an audience if you're not clear and you're not specific about who you are. You can't operate in a vacuum. Nobody's ever gonna see you, right? We're moving further and further into social, and you're either gonna resist it and get left behind, or you're gonna work it out and figure it out and get started, right? Crafting your message. Now that you're clear about these 5 elements of brand storytelling, you have a good chance at crafting your message and making it clear and easy to follow. It has to be so easy that a 4th grader could follow it, right? A cohesive narrative that ties together your mission, your journey, and your customer stories, right? Nobody's gonna follow anybody if they don't know where the hell they're going and they don't know what they stand for and they don't know what their mission or their values are. Bringing your story to life is the final part. You bring it to life through video, through pictures, through a story in the life, behind the scenes, right? Let people follow you around on your life's journey. We're all on this journey together. We're all living this wild journey of life. Let people follow you once you're clear, and use visual storytelling examples. Use images, videos, BTS footage. We're about to do a podcast later today. You better believe we're gonna have every camera there. We're gonna film me walking in. We're gonna film the behind the scenes. We're gonna get everything we possibly can because we wanna still tell the best story possible for the audience and make sure that we capture everything so they go, oh, this is what they're doing. Oh, this is cool. And then they have an opinion about it. And don't be afraid of people's opinions. Every single day on YouTube, Instagram, and all the socials, I get the worst messages you could possibly imagine. And I get it. You know, you got the trolls, but don't be afraid of that. Don't let that paralyze you. They ain't never going away. They're gonna be there no matter what. And remember, always remember, as someone's what's told me, someone else's belief about your limitations does not have to be your reality. And what other people's opinion about you is none of your business. So just focus on that, right? Create graphics that outline your story in a simple visual format. You can put that on your website. You can put that as copy on your Instagram, a downloadable PDF, whatever it is. Use music, my favorite, music. We have a studio here. I'm a musician. I play music every day. Be very intentional about that. Don't be afraid. You don't always have to use trending music. Just use the music that you like. If you want to use trending songs, great, but you don't have to. And videos, guys. Videos is the primary way to get people's attention. We're all moving further and further into video. The evidence is everywhere. It's more obvious. All you got to do is go in public and you're going to see that everyone's face is planted in a camera, right? Couldn't be more obvious. So hopefully this video helped you. For more tips, click the link below to get to my website. I have a bunch of free value there. I'm gonna be building a community. I wanna try to help you guys as much as possible. Entrepreneurs in particular, business people that are growing and scaling, and they're afraid to get on social and they're afraid to build. That's my purpose and my mission, is to try to help those people collapse time, get there faster, and kind of get rid of some of that fear that they're dealing with. So hopefully this helps you, and stay tuned for more videos.